Hey, so, um, to be honest with you, I'm having a really hard time, like, wanting to do these, wanting to do this lately. I'm not sure, been kind of like blah. So, I mean, I've been in a good mood and stuff. It's just a different mindset for me. Like I'm going through life changes or something. I just turned 41, so it's probably some life changes. I don't know. Anyways, as far as my hair goes, that's that's part of menopause too. Just joking. I'm doing natural dreads, so you can't really comb it or anything like that. So if it looks really messy, it's probably because it is. I could tie it back, but I try to keep it down as much as possible to help with the locking and stuff. Anyways, like I said, I haven't really been in like the biggest mood to do this, but I'm gonna do it. Push through. That's always been my thing is getting this done. So, anyways, let's. Yeah, that works. So this is like odds and ends and updates and stuff like that. So first off, um, you want to pay in full whenever possible. Period. And whenever there's a savings. So, and there is with a lot of things. I mentioned this I think before, but like when I pay my phone thing, I pay like I buy it on. I found a company now where it's like a lot less, but I pay like a whole year, and it's just a lot less. So if you can do that, that's definitely another way to save. I highly recommend. Same thing with insurance companies, car insurance, house insurance, any kind of insurance really. Um, and by the way, it's not that I don't want to do this. It's just I haven't had the motivation to do it. So, but again, not in a bad mood or not depressed or nothing. Just I don't know. I haven't felt like getting in front of the camera and talking about money and stuff. So, I mean, there you go. Anyways, but I'm doing it for somebody, so I gotta keep it. I gotta keep going. Let's see. So with house insurance, car insurance, you always want to pay in full. Pay a year, pay 6 months, whatever the case may be. And yeah, so you save a lot. That's always one of the discounts. Like with my house insurance, it like goes through. Like my car insurance, same thing. It goes through and lists all the different stuff that I save and whatever. And sorry, but um, one of the things that it lists is the overall discount. By the way, this video is going to be longer just because I'm taking my time with it and because I have more time on my thing now. I changed the settings, so whatever. It's the only one I've just been like whatever about, so yeah. Um, but yeah, so always pay that shit in full. It wouldn't make sense to do it any other way. I know that a lot of people can't, but once you start getting on track, you definitely want to do that. And by the way, I just saved just by calling, and that was like another thing I was talking about. Not this, but calling and trying to lower things and call your bills and try to get it cheaper. What if I take this off or do I really need this or whatever. My house insurance, I just saved $290 on for the year. It's like a third of it, so that's really good. But now I'm getting a new roof probably, so it's probably going to be even more than that. You know, just to be honest with you. In the end, but I did call. I took off like the sinkhole coverage and stuff like that because I already had a sinkhole thing and made money or whatever with that. So whatever. I raised my hurricane deductible. If a hurricane hits my house, I have the money to take care of it anyways. But insurance sucks. Nobody wants to pay that shit. But so that's why you just try to get it as cheap as possible. So also save money on any interest you can in any way you can. Pay off or pay extra. Like my car, my Mitsubishi years ago had X amount left on it. But then I realized it was like $6,000 or something. But then I realized I was like, how much, I called them, how much interest am I going to pay on this? If I pay it every payment or whatever. And they're like, oh, it was like, I don't know, like $1,200 or something. And I had low interest because of my credit and shit. But anyways, I don't want to get off track in Bunny Trail because I feel like I'm gonna today. So I'm gonna try to stop myself from doing that. But yeah, so pay off if you can, because as soon as I paid that off, I was like, hell yeah, that's a lot of money I'm saving. And yeah, I have like a zit that's healing here or whatever. It was a big thing, I kept on playing with it and stuff, so whatever. But also, if you can't, you just pay extra, whatever you could pay, $20, $30, whatever you can pay. And that's basically, it's called paying more towards the principal. And this is a little thing, I did copy this from another source, just the definition of what this is. So this one's not in my words. But since your interest is calculated on your remaining loan balance, making additional principal payments every month will significantly reduce your interest payments over the life of the loan. By paying more principal each month, you incrementally lower the principal balance and interest charged on it. So, pay more if you can. That's it. Pretty cut and dry, pretty simple. You don't want to pay interest. Interest is probably like the throwing away money. I'd say late fees are first. Don't ever be late. If you're paying late fees, you're doing something wrong, because late fees are just, that's burning money. You might as well literally just burn it. But interest is close, but people can't really afford to just, I paid off my house, but people can't afford to pay off their houses and shit. I paid it off, but if whatever you can do to not pay as much, that's the goal. So anyways, this is something I kind of mentioned before, and it's something that I was bound to talk about a couple times, but you always want to try to make money on the side, period. I'm not talking about hustling, selling drugs and shit. If you do, prostitutes and all that, whatever you want to do, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like legitimate shit. I'm whatever floats your boat. You could do yard work for people or babysit for people or, again, I do eBay. I've always done eBay. Now that I don't work, it's a big part of my, money or whatever, my income or whatever. But I've always done it. eBay just sent me this thing, how long I've been with them and all this stuff. And it was 20 years, I think, this year. So, anyways, and speaking of which, this was one of the recent screenshots. It's a little lower than this now, but I wanted to update you because with this coronavirus and all that shit, people are just buying shit. So, it's going to take a second. I think it's a little too bright. Hold on, I don't know why I can see the screen, but it's not. There it is. There it is. So, did you see that? It's 90 days, 90 day total. Of course, that's not profit, as I mentioned before, but that's pretty crazy. And this is an update for Ibotta. So it's up quite a bit. 2,070, 32. So it's up quite a bit too. Both of those are up quite a bit. Ibotta not as much because of what it is, but eBay, I've been kicking ass on eBay. So I've been trying to tell other people on Facebook and shit Nobody ever listens to me. I don't know why. It's just stupid. Why wouldn't you listen to a guy that is basically retired when he's 40? I don't know. But anyways, so use downtime correctly. If you get paid for doing things you have to do anyways, on the clock, do it. Or on a lunch break, stopping places you need to stop on your way home or while you're already out. This one's a bit harder for me to remember, because it's been a while, because the last job I had, I worked at home, so it's a little harder for me to remember specifically what I mean by that, but it was always part of my concept of money. But like with Capital One, for instance, I worked out, I did eBay, I did things online, etc. Whenever I worked at Capital One, I would sit there with my little computer and I would do stuff in between calls. They don't know I'm doing that, but I don't want anybody to get in trouble. I'm not saying sit there on your phone or do whatever. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if you could do something that you have to do anyways, or you can make money, or you could do whatever while you're on the clock, do it. So like if you're going to college or something and you work at a hotel and you're allowed to, you have time in between, read some of your books or do whatever. That's the kind of stuff I mean. Might have to get another beer. I know I could just wait till the video's over, but I have to pee too, so we'll see. Anyways, I used to, at Capital One as well, I worked out. I did, weights and shit, when I was at my desk. I mean, it was all good. I folded clothes on my lunch break, so I worked at home. So I folded, my clothes and shit like that, so I didn't have to do it after I got off work. Good stuff. Also, in general, don't procrastinate. Don't. If you have a habit, break it. It is the worst habit ever. It leads to all sorts of bad habits. It is the devil. It's the devil's shit. It's the devil's work right there. Bad habit. Bad. If stuff needs to get done, do it. Just get it done. Don't put it off unless it's necessary. It's what I call handling business. It's very important. This one's quick, simple. I don't want to get in, some people have different thoughts on this and everything. I used to pay for CDs and music and movies and all that stuff. I don't anymore. I haven't in a long time. I'm not going to say too much here. I'm just saying, why pay for it if it's free? That's saving money as well. I understand people want to support artists and stuff like that. And in some cases, yeah, I mean, you got friends or, you see a band, they're really good, they're struggling, or something, of course, but I'm just saying in general, come on, man. I'm not going to, if you I don't know, Metallica or something, that's not really my thing anymore since I was in 8th grade, but I like Metallica, but anyways, but let's just say, those guys don't need you to buy their CDs, just download that shit. Movies, the same thing. This has been ongoing for years, and it's only going to get better. But games, I used to burn my games for my Xbox 360, and then I got an Xbox One, and then I get the games off eBay through this thing where it's game sharing, and it's $3 or something. It's really cheap. I can get games for nothing. So don't pay for shit if you don't need to. That's all there is to it. Because that's, again, saving money. This is another quick one. Fix things instead of replacing them. Easy fixes. Even if you don't know how to fix shit, watch videos. That's why that's the coolest thing about us now is that we have the internet. We can look shit up and just look it up. Just look it up. How do I do this? How do I, cut this or make this, or how do I fix this, or how do I fix this thing, or I don't know, whatever. If it's out of your league, it's out of your league. I get it, but you try. Why not? I had a controller break for my Xbox. It just stopped the thing. I mean, what I did, I mean, I watched a video, and what I did, I mean, it kind of fixed it, but then in the end it didn't. But then I sold it on eBay, a broken controller, for like $30-something. I told them it was broken. They still wanted it. You know, again, just, yeah, I mean, you got to try. You got to try every possibility if you want to make it in this life. You want to really make it. And there's always more. There's always more. I just started mowing my yard, my own yard. After all these years, I had somebody mow my yard since I can remember. Not just this one, my last one. I've always had my yard mowed, but my guy, the lawn guy, he retired, and then I hired another guy to mow, and then he stopped cutting. And then Ashley, my girlfriend, she bought a lawnmower, and I said, "You're never going to use that fucking thing. You're never going to use it." But then I thought, well, maybe I should use it. So I brought it over to my house, and I mowed. I was like, I actually like this. I can get out of the house. I can do shit. So I used it, and notice I'm talking more like I'm talking to a friend. That's what I said I was going to do. I'm trying, so that's why it's longer too. But anyways, I started mowing. I am getting closer to needing to be done though. But I started mowing, and I liked it also because my obsessiveness and stuff, the creating lines and, you know, finished, not finished and all that. And then, yeah, Ashley did actually use it. We both got one, and then we both got weed whackers and, you know, all the yard tools and stuff. So it's actually pretty cool. Sometimes it's exhausting during the summer, but otherwise, again, that's just one thing, you know. And honestly, like I said, it's good activity for me. It's good exercise because, you know, I'm a stay-at-home dad and shit. So, you know, there'll be more future ways to save like this, and I'll mention it when I think of them. You know what I mean? Even if I'm doing like, you know, credit videos or whatever I'm doing, I don't know, or I'll write it somewhere for each end or whatever. You know what I mean? And let's see here. Oh man, I got one more thing, so let me see if I can fit it. This is very important. You want to make lists. You want to write things down or note them, put them in a voice recorder. I use a voice recorder. Put them in your phone. I have like an ink pad thing where there's like, I can make categories like grocery list, things to do, you know, whatever. Put things down, write things down. It's a secret of success. It's always been a secret of my success. It's always, if you watch any success video, it's in those. It's always been one of my secrets, but I watched a couple different ones over the years just for, you know, when I was younger and stuff, and they all said the same thing when I was already doing it. I used to write on, like, it changed over the years, you know. I used to use my voice recorder more, but since I stopped working and worked at home, I didn't have to use it as much because that was more when I was mobile. So then the phone started happening, and I started using that more. But it's awesome because you don't have to remember things. Yeah, I mean, you're freeing up part of your brain. You know what I mean? You don't have to think about what do I have to do, or I don't want to forget this or whatever. Write it down. Write a list. You know, what do you have to do? To do. I have lists called to do. I have grocery lists. I have, you know, movies to watch. You know, just whatever. Make a list. If you can think about it, make a list, because honestly, you're clearing out your head of all that extra bullshit, and it'll give you all kinds of extra time to think, and you'll come up with ideas, and you'll just be smarter that way, to be honest with you. I'm not making this shit up. So, double and triple check everything you do. Everything. Because honestly, it's worth it. Trust me. That's it. Double, triple check shit. I at least double check. At least. Double check anything that you do. At least. It takes very little time, but it's worth it. It leads to many mistakes. It leads to much less mistakes, or many less mistakes, if you do. Trust me. And I can't stress this whole thing, the list, the writing down, the, don't have to remember things when you write things down, lists, all that stuff, and the double, triple checking, both of those things, I can't stress any of that enough. With that in mind, that's it. This is the longest video I've done with these, but it was pretty chill. I got a little bit more comfortable as I went along. Sorry it's been so long. Jen, to you, that doesn't matter. Anyways, I guess that's it. I've got like, I think like 2 videos left for this concept of money stuff. And honestly, the next part's going to be the part that's not saving money is making money, I think. In the last part, because the last part will be a message to Jen and stuff, and also anything I forgot. So, but it's cutting me off, so sayonara.